It is, and like I said, I really appreciate this.
Well, Ashton, we're a
We
big fan
appreciate
of
you.
yours, man, and
Yeah,
so
facts.
the feeling is most definitely mutual, man. I was super excited when you reached out and when you said, "Yeah, let's absolutely hop on." And dude, I could just speak for everyone that's not only in this stream but also everyone that's going to be joining in the actual chat, dude. We love having you guys in Detroit, man, and we just
Mm-hmm.
all appreciate having you here. First of all, before we get going, what's going on, everybody? I want to welcome you to the 313 Report. I am Sean Murphy, and I'm joined by a slew of Detroit legends. Right now, we got everything King. We got Lexi. We got Downtown Deuce. We got Easy. We got Jeff Iafrady. We got Detroit Kool-Aid. We got Pistons talk. But then we have the man, the myth, the legend. He is Ashton, the trainer, known not only for being the trainer for obviously our guy, Cade Cunningham, but for a slew of other NBA players. Ashton, people might not be familiar, man. You have an extensive background in this. Like, if you go back and like I looked on your LinkedIn and you have an extensive history of stuff that you did. I saw a photo of you with Jeremy Lin. Do you want to tell people at home just like some of your background with being a trainer and like how you got to this point?
Yeah, so I mean, I've been training for 10 years, probably 11 years now. So, like I said, like you said, I've been training Jeremy Green, Lynn, Draymond Green, Monty Ellis, Mo Williams, Avery Bradley, Manuel Mudiay, and so on and so on. The list goes on and on. I'm not the one to say I got them to the NBA, got them to where they needed to be and things like that, but I definitely worked with them and things like that. So, I also, coached in the JBA, LeVar Ball's league when he started it. I want to say 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Trained LaMelo Ball and Jello Ball, and like I said, I've been doing this for some time, man. So this is nothing new to me.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, that is an extensive list, and you know your thing when it comes to training and being around people. But you and Cade have a special relationship, man.
Sure,
You and the Cunningham family in general.
for
Um,
sure.
just as a trainer, as someone that has that extensive of a background with the kind of players you've worked with and the type of talent you've been around, how is Cade Cunningham special? Like what sticks out to you as like his trainer, as his friend, just as someone that is around him every day? Like you've seen his journey to where he's at now, and to have that extensive of a list and to be as confident as you are in Cade, that speaks wonders.
Right.
So, what stands out about Cade, man?
Well, first of all, for those that don't know, he's family. He's my actual blood, my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
That's known him 20 years of his life. So, but what stands out is, man, his maturity. He's different. Like I'm 31 years old. He's a 20-year-old kid. I go to him for life situations, off the court, nothing to do with basketball. Like, hey, yo, what should I do on this? Like, this is like bills, things like this, and he helps me with that type of stuff. He's different, man. Like, he's very mature. His parents did a wonderful job with him, and like, I would want, the city of Detroit, not just the city of Detroit, but just the state, Michigan. I want them to get to know him as far as not just basketball, just get to know him as a person because he's a wonderful person to be around. He's caring, he's loving. You just want to hold him tight because he's everything that you want your son to be. So
Right.
I love him to death, man. I'm always gonna be there for him no matter what. So that's
Yeah.
what
That's dope.
Absolutely, man. That's and I sent you the video over Twitter of when I saw that we got the number one pick. If we had a little more time, we'll have to have you on again, Ashton, when you have a little more time, because I was going to show you some other ones from up here. Kool-Aid's is actually how I discovered Woodward Sports. He was jumping up and down in the studio. So
was.
when you guys when you said that you guys embraced the city of Detroit from day one, we embraced Cade Cunningham from day one too, man. Like we love Cade and we love the Cunningham family, and so just how much you've been involved in the community, we're just grateful for you in that sense, man. What do you think about the city of Detroit has been such a natural fit for Cade and for the Cunninghams in general? Because I think, like generally speaking, it's like, yeah, you just want to go to whichever city is the number one pick, right? However, it seems to me like it's been a different type of relationship so far. Like it's the type of relationship where like there's love between the franchise and the player. There's pride of being in the city of Detroit and playing for the history that team does have. Like, what do you think about Detroit makes it such a natural fit for Cade and for you guys in general?
Man, first of all, Detroit, and I don't want to just say Detroit. I don't want to just just put that city. I want to say Michigan.
Yeah,
Michigan has embraced not only Cade, but embraced the whole family. You guys, the fans, y'all all show us love. So we want to give it back. It's a lot of things that we do beyond the scene nobody knows about as far as giving back and all that type of stuff. But what fits Cade is it's not too fast, it's not too slow. It's just the speed is just at this level. So I think it fits, and it's an underrated place to be. And just like Cade, he's underrated. Just with this Rookie of the Year, I mean, he's doing incredible things, and he's underrated. They're not giving him no credit. So we're underrated on top of that. So that's the fit right there.
Yeah, that's Detroit versus everybody, man.
See my background.
I didn't know I got here, so.
Right. Until you experience it, it's like you don't believe it, and then you're like, okay, now I get it.
Yeah, it's blatant, man. It is blatant. Like the fact that like Candace Parker has to straight up go on national television saying like, "Hey, Cunningham's doing this," and we're really not like talking about it. And then after that, nothing changes. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Ashley, you've been pretty confident on Twitter, and before you went to bed last night. If you're ever looking for a hype man, Ashton the trainer there might not be a better one than you, man. And I say that as a compliment, dude.
Sure.
And you said last night before you went to bed, obviously the last thing you said was Detroit basketball.
Yeah.
But then you said, and I quote, "Next year, I truly believe we will have a better record than the Hornets, than the Raptors, than the Cavaliers, and the Hawks." Sounds like playoffs to me. Good night. That's dropping the mic, man.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Yeah.
Man, a lot of people may think I'm hyping it up, but I'm for real about this. I mean,
people,
what we're doing right now, can you not tell we getting better?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Better. And like I said, man, Coach Casey, he's a wonderful guy. I mean, I know he gets a lot of hate and things like that, but come on, man, you can't get Coach of the Year on accident. Come on.
Nah, bro. Hey, look, that don't happen around here. We love Coach Casey.
Sure.
This group loves Coach Casey.
For sure. So, man, like I said, man, we're going to the playoffs next year. I say truly, I want to be political, but we're going to the playoffs next year.
Hey, stamp it.
Yeah. Stamp it, man.
I love it.
Yeah. Speaking of, one of the things you even texted me yesterday, you said, "I want to talk about Coach Casey." And that speaks volumes because like yesterday, not only were you talking about Coach Casey and preaching about like what he's doing for the city and like what he's doing for the team, but also like, you were like, "Hey, we got to talk about Coach Casey." So I don't think a better time than right now. What kind of effect do you think he has on those players that guys like us might not see on a day-to-day basis? And what do you think people need to know about Coach Casey, Ashton?
First of all, Coach Casey he's a player coach. You can talk to him about anything. He's a coach. Talk to him about life situations and things like that. We were truly blessed for Cade to get a veteran coach for his first year into the league and things like that. Coach Casey is also a player development. He developed players, and things like that. So it's a lot of things that people don't see that what Coach Casey is doing. He knows how to talk to players. He knows how to relate to players and things like that. He's a calm coach, He turn up here and there, but at the end of the day, he's a calm coach where, he could talk to you in a calm way and things like that. So I think a lot of people don't give him credit because they don't see the behind the scenes work. But Coach Casey, he's a guy where I can call or text and he'll help me out. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing. I'm not on the roster. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I love Coach Casey to death.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Troy Weaver too. I think another guy that's on special things. I took that selfie with him that I posted on social media. The funny thing about that, I met up with I'm not sure if you're familiar with James Edwards III. He's the athletic beat writer for the Pistons. He was like, "I might have to give Troy a hard time about that. I don't think I've ever seen him take a selfie with a fan before." He's a special guy, man. And my question and something I've been curious about, have you guys, like, as far as like, not only Coach Casey, but there's John Beilein and the player development staff too, to have that kind of knowledge there, to have Coach Casey and Troy, and along with you guys. Like, is there talks that you guys are having about like what you want the summer plans to look like as far as development goes, like next steps for Cade's game and like what you guys want to work on in the future? Have those conversations happened at all, or is that kind of more down the line?
She just listened with holidays and I went out and said, a lot of objects, places.
Season go by and let the season end. Then after that, I'm going to call Mr. Troy Weaver, and I'm gonna ask him what's the things we need to work on with Cade. He is a Detroit Piston now. He's not.
Yeah.
So I want to make the Pistons be good. So I want to, do what's best for Cade and do what's best for the Pistons. So it's later down the line, and we're just gonna wait till the season ends to cover that.
Right, that makes sense. But yeah, no, I'm just excited about what those kind of conversations are gonna produce, because I think a lot of great basketball minds all focused on development. I think nothing but great things could happen. King, I know you're chomping at the bit, and there's a question that you very specifically wanted to make sure was asked to Ashton, and everyone's laughing because King has been on this for a while. I know King and Ash, I know you guys are familiar with each other, so I'm gonna let King fire away with this one, Ashton. You're muted, King.
You had to put me on the spot, didn't you, Sean?
I did. You're damn right I did.
Of course. I'm glad he did, or I was gonna say it.
King.
I'm not gonna come directly out with it. I'm just gonna say it this way. Are there any players on the team that you considered that you would possibly want to work with and want to train?
Man,
and not let go to France.
My number one guy, Glenn Hayes.
Yes,
sir.
Let's go.
I'm begging because his potential is through the roof.
Yeah,
he's on the best on defender in the league.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. Next year, he's another. That's why it's just Detroit, man. Period. Everybody sleep on Detroit. Keelan Hayes slept on. Cade slept on. It's a lot of players on this roster that slept on.
Story of our life.
I think they came out with a report saying he played only 30 to 35 more games than Cade. That should tell you enough right there. He's still young, man. So Keelan Hayes got a bright future, man. That's one guy I want to work with and just put it out there, man. I want you guys to just put it out there. I don't really want to attack him with it, but
manifest it. Let's go.
Oh, we got you.
I want to work.
We got you.
Oh yeah,
I'll
be at the game tomorrow, so I'll let him know. We're gonna throw hands if you don't.
Ashton, I won't throw you in a room. I'll just do it with you right here. Okay, everybody, listen up. Killian Hayes, you're not going back to France. You're staying with Ashton. Okay. All right, now that we got that out of the way.
Right, now that's done.
We got that.
How do you say that in French?
Yeah, if I could, I would, man. I wish I could have the siren and everything going through Detroit with this, but my stream setup's not that fancy yet. But hey, anyone else on the panel, like Kool-Aid, like, does anyone have questions for Ash and they want to ask him?
For sure.
I will be working as a steward this summer too as well.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I love that.
Yeah, that's a done deal right there.
That's awesome.
Definitely. Hey, Deuce, let's let you get in there, man. I know you and Ashton have some little bit of history, man.
Oh, this is my guy, bro. This bro. He shows love, bro. All right, real quick, bro. So, what I want to ask you, man. Everybody knows, the general public knows Ashton, the trainer, right? Developmental and skills coach. But not too many people know that as a youngster, you had a lot of natural talent, bro. And at one point, you even played with Avery Bradley in middle school, even being better than him at some point. Yeah. So like, I do my homework. So at what point, bro, did you realize that? And every hooper has that moment. At what point did you realize? At what age did you realize, like, I can really give people buckets?
Man, I'll shoot 5th grade. Come on.
Yeah.
Said that confident.
Hey, I get this. The thing with me, man. And I don't want to be like everybody else, say I blew my knee, that's why I didn't make it to the league. It's things like that. But man, I could play, but the thing with me was I didn't want to work out. I never wanted to work out. I just wanted to hoop. So I got a saying called "While they sleep, we working." And going back with Avery, when we was growing up, I was killing Avery, but then he kept working and working, and he never told me he was working out. And shoot, he became the number 1 player in the country when it was the senior year. So while they sleep, we working, man. So you see where he at. He with the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? So Man, that's why I got that saying called "Why They See Me Working." But yeah, man, back in the day, man, I can dump that thing, all that, man. Come on, man, ask about it.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, to be a
like
great
that.
trainer, you had to have had the skills at some point yourself too, man. And I'm sure you can still
course.
put it up on him in one-on-one. I'm sure you still remind Cade from time to time.
Say that
Yeah.
one more time.
I'm sure during one-on-one, I'm sure there's times where you and Cade are playing one-on-one. You can remind him a little something. You know what I mean?
All the time, man. All the time. I think 3 summers ago he wanted to play. Come on, one-on-one. Come on, one-on-one. I said, I'm only going to 1, man. 1 point. We going to 1. I get
That's the
I
way
got
to do it.
ball. Yep. Yep.
He called my move like he going left. He in and out left. In and out left. I said, you're damn right.
You know what?
And that he said I was gonna do.
Dude, you know what? That reminds me, man. That brings up a nice follow-up here. Where the heck, man, is Cade getting this in and out hezzy? Is that from you?
Man.
Because he's breaking everybody off with that, man.
Yeah.
Where's this dribble package coming from?
Man, I definitely want to take some credit in that because we do that a lot. We do that a lot. But to remind you guys, his older brother Cannon, he was a pro. You know, he's 6'10", Lamar Odom type of player. He just chose not to, he chose not to go to the league. Larry Brown, legend, Detroit legend, he's begging, come on, Cannon, you need to go to the league. Come on. He was like, nah, I'm good. And I think that was a bigger part for him was just to help his brother out, which is Cade. I think he wanted to help him out and get him to the level, I think he saw something different or something like that. But Cannon can play, so it was in Cade's blood. All I did was polish him up.
Man, we're gonna have to get some run in there. We're gonna have to get some run.
Tell you what, the Pistons need to get both of y'all on their staff, man. You and Cannon.
Yeah.
Hey,
Shout out to Cannon.
Yeah, shout out to Cannon for sure, man.
Yeah.
He's one of the best teachers that he teaches the game. He reads a lot of books. It just worked out perfectly, man. It wasn't just the training side. It was just a support cast for Cade. He got wonderful parents, 2 wonderful parents that work hard every single day.
Yeah.
Got a beautiful sister that's there for him, talking to him, off the court issues and things like that. You got his big brother Cannon. And man, it just was a wonderful thing to see, man. It was just all God at the end of the day, to be honest.
It was a number 1 pick family, like Kay was talking about. You know what I mean? It's that support system that got him here, and that's it's the fact that he has you guys to help keep him level and keep him focused on what he's got going on. And there's things that you can watch as far as his game throughout the entire year. Like one thing I've noticed, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ashton, but Cade, his ability to keep guys at his hip and use his body to really create separation down, getting into the paint, a lot of similarities to Luka Doncic. And I know Cade said before that he watches a lot of it, Luka footage and studies his game. Is that kind of like where that came from, or is that something Cade's always been able to do, but something he's starting to utilize more in his time in the league?
He's been doing that. He's been doing that pretty much all his life for real. Just watching film and learning from others at the end of the day. So, but like I said, man, he's gonna be great. He's gonna be great today. He's gonna be great.
Yeah. Way ahead of schedule.
Yeah, 100%. And kind of just speaking on the city of Detroit and kind of your guys' experience and getting to know Cade more, if you guys could go back and tell yourselves one thing before coming to Detroit, if you could know one thing, turn the clock back, what's one thing you guys wish you knew about the city and just about the state of Michigan in general?
Oh man, the support, the love, all that, man. It's crazy because the fans, man, my dad and my family, my grandma, my aunt, they're all from Toledo. So I got a little Midwest in me, you know what I'm saying? So I know how the Detroit Pistons was back in the day and things like that. My dad grew up watching Isaiah Thomas and going to games and things like that. So I kind of had a little head start. And I was, telling Cade, the crazy thing is I was telling Cade before we knew what the picks and all that things was I was like, yo, we need to go to Detroit. And you can believe me, listening to all the Detroit music. Murder Pain is all of our favorite actors.
Hey, bro, I'm geeked right now, man. I'm over here trying to somebody wanted to come to Detroit.
I know.
Right. I'm gonna tell you this, Ashton. One thing, man, we get behind ours.
Yeah.
We stick
Mhm.
behind ours. We ride
Right.
for it. I know you see us
Detroit
on
versus
Twitter,
everybody.
especially my loudmouth,
Yeah.
but we ride for ours, man.
Yeah.
No,
That's for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
but to answer your
Mhm.
question, man, I wish we knew a little bit more about Detroit versus everybody. I mean, the
Mhm.
way it was planted in our head was just like, oh, they just think they better than everybody. But
No.
you know,
You're left out.
No.
Yeah.
We,
Just
oh,
left
don't.
out.
No, we know when we
You-
suck, Ashton. We know when we suck. Believe
Yeah.
me, we will be the first to acknowledge it, man. But
Yeah.
but no, it is just because like it is that Detroit versus everybody. It's like, oh, it's like that, huh? Like you don't want to
Yep.
give us the respect. Well, we're gonna make it to where you can't not give us the respect. And like a lot of like, for example, like the 03-04 team,
We're just
the
gonna take it.
only championship team to not have an NBA 75 player on it. That's Detroit versus everybody right there. Like that's the definition.
Right after Ben Wallace got enshrined in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of having guys like Ben Wallace and guys from those past regimes around, how has that helped Cade? And how has that like been like an impact on the franchise? Because like on the outside looking in, like seeing when like IT and Cade like see each other at a game and they dap up, like that's family right there. You know what I mean? Like that, it looks like that family type atmosphere with those guys. So what has that been like?
Man, it's been wonderful, man. Like I said, it's a blessing. Ben Wallace he's there. He's not one of those guys that's just got his name on the board. He's actually there. He's at practices. He's at the games. Of course, you guys see him, and he's in those players' ears. He's making sure they playing hard. He's getting on them, and it's not just him. Like you said, you got Jalen Rose coming to the games. You got Rip Hamilton. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah Thomas. Just standing those young guys' heads and just make. They're being great, and it's a wonderful thing to see, man. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
And look, man, Ashton is not lying, man. I remember when we did the article earlier in the year about all the things that you guys were up to. I was actually curious because we weren't hearing anything. You said, "Look, we're doing stuff, even if y'all don't hear it." And you started sending articles. You started sending like basically the receipts. I was like, "Oh, they're not just in Detroit. Y'all are in Flint. Y'all over here. Y'all over there."
Right.
Everywhere, man. Where did this passion come from to really, really, really want to give back?
oh man,
And not just to Detroit, but to the whole state.
oh yeah, for sure. Just like again, going back to the state, man. Just how you guys embraced us, man, and embraced Cade, and just showed true love, and just was excited for him to be the #1 pick to come to you guys' city and things like that. And just growing up, man, just me seeing guys give back. As a young kid, seeing the older guys get back and things like that, that always stuck in my heart. My parents did a wonderful job with me, making sure I give back. And every kid that I trained, I planted that in their head. And not to say Cade, I planted it just strictly in Cade's head. His parents, they did that. You know what I'm saying? But the kids I trained,
Right.
I planted it in their heads, and it's just always been stuck with me, man.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing I got. He kept telling me, like, yo, it's a family thing. It's the whole family. Cannon, Cade, and I will, probably speak up a lot more, but we move as a group. We are supported by each other, and that's a beautiful thing to see, man, today. Now, with Detroit, I know you've made it look like it's even more fun than I think we think it is. But Jalen Green, fabulous basketball player. I was prepared if we got the number 2, number 3 pick to be like, you know what, we're gonna rock with him. We wanted Cade. I'm glad we got him. But he said Detroit felt like the G League bubble and there's nothing to do.
Man.
Do you agree with that?
I totally disagree. I totally disagree, man. It's fun, man. Like I said before on Twitter, downtown is beautiful. Like I know you guys are still coming up, and I'm saying you guys I call Detroit home.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I call Detroit my second home. So if I'm calling Detroit my second home, it's a beautiful place to be at. Like you seen, I put on Twitter, pizza. We got we number 1 at pizza.
Yep.
Man, it's just a beautiful place, man. It's just like Detroit is just more like a family for some reason. It just feel like everybody's together, everybody's in one. Nobody's hating on each other. Everybody just want to be great. You see,
all love
here, together. It's a together thing. So it's beautiful, man. And again, man, I'm so appreciative, and I appreciate you guys for having me on here, man. For real.
Definitely. Hey, look, the most important question of the night, okay?
For sure.
Bro, have you found an open Sweetwaters yet?
Oh,
You gotta.
Right.
You got the Sweetwater wings.
Man.
I'm trying to give them all my money, and I'm like, they're
They're
closed.
garlic truffle fries too.
Right.
hey, and you know what's crazy? I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys, man. I've been gaining weight. I've been celebrating since July.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you guys. So this week, Monday, I'm back in my vegetarian life. So I don't eat meat no more. I didn't have a chance to get Sweetwater wings when I was, forget about the diet thing. I didn't get a chance, but I'll be off the vegetarian life. I'm not like the Cunninghams, you know what I'm saying? They're strictly on that. I'm back.
Yeah.
And the basketball camps, man. They're coming up. My oldest, he's waiting, man.
Yeah.
They coming up. Me and Cannon, we're gonna do something May 14th. So
May 14th.
May 14th. We're still getting things together, find a location and things like that. And like I said, man, it's more of a giving back thing, and we want to teach the kids, especially in Detroit, man. I don't feel it's so many talent in Detroit as far as kids wise that's overlooked. And like you said, in the background, King, Detroit versus everybody. And that goes for the kids as well. So we just want to put them out there. We want to teach them and things like that, and put them out there on my Instagram or social media, and go from there, man. For real.
Yeah.
It's love.
Hey guys, before we let Ashton go, I want to let the room ask one last question. Does anyone here got a question they've been itching to ask Ashton?
I got one more.
I was gonna say it don't matter.
Go ahead, Jeff.
All right, I do want to ask you though about we all know Cade. Looking at him now, that it factor. Like you seeing him and being obviously related to him, you got to see him up close. When was it? Like at his high school career, collegiate career? Like when did people around him and including yourself start to realize like, yeah, he's got it?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. 7th grade.
Oh man.
Wow. 7th grade, he's just like going back to his maturity. I mean, just making the right pass and things like that. He wasn't just fancy, but between the legs, all that craziness.
Right.
But fundamental basketball, he just had an IQ out this world. And his dad was a top quarterback coming out of high school and things like that. So I believe he got his IQ from his pops. And he shows it on the court. So I say 7th grade, bro.
Sheesh.
That's insane, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Me and Cannon, his older brother, we talk crazy to him. We brag about him on social media. We brag about him a lot to you guys and things like that. But we tell him the opposite. We don't really give him the credit and things like that. So brother said, you don't finish games, you're not winning the games. You know what I'm saying? So I think this was going into his college year. He wanted him to win games, just win the game and take over games. And when he got to Oklahoma State, it showed like that. So Cannon did a job challenging him, and Cade did a wonderful job accepting the challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. King, you got one real last quick question for Ashton before we let him go?
Yeah, a question that I'm surprised nobody else asked. You tweeted it out, made it known. But for those who don't have Twitter, let's hear who you want in this draft.
Or maybe,
King.
not to get Ashton in trouble. Not to get Ashton in trouble. How about we could even phrase it? Who of these prospects do you like, Ashton?
There you go.
There's a way we can phrase it. What prospects do you like, Ashton? Who stands out in this draft class? Who do you like watching?
Man, honestly, man, and I'm keeping it real. We can't go wrong with any of them top 5. We can't go wrong.
I agree.
Thanks.
Yeah.
No way we can lose. It's absolutely no way we can lose. So I like them all, man, and I'm having a tough time to just choose. I had one week when I had somebody at number 1. I had another week when I had somebody at number 1. But God, man, you can't go wrong.
You can't.
cannot go
You already
wrong.
got Cade, so it's like let's.
Everything else is bonus.
Yeah. Can't go. You really just can't go wrong with those top 5 guys, man. I'm a fan of Chad. I'm a fan of Jabari. I'm a fan of Jaden Ivey. You guys know the top 5, so all of them, man. And whoever Troy choose, we all trust in Troy, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. Ashton, hey, we'll have to have you back on closer towards that May 14th camp then once we get more of those details, and would love just to have you on in general again anytime, man. This was super fun. Thank you so much. You are you are just the dude, Ashton, who you are on Twitter, who you are on and off the camp. Like, that's just who you are, man. And hey, who knows? Maybe we can meet up when you're not having that vegetarian day. We can get some wings.
Hey, Sean, we gotta find Sweetwaters, man.
Real quick, with that in mind, because I know you're going back vegetarian. I know the Cunningham family is vegan, but since the All-Star break, have any of y'all been to beans and cornbread yet?
We have not.
We might have to book that reservation for you guys, man. It sounded like we might gotta help make that happen.
Gotta do that.
Dude's got me over here looking at the menu.
313 report from beans and cornbread.
Let's do it. Man, Grant did him dirty. Grant did him dirty doing that.
Yeah, he put him on the spot. He didn't even, you know what I'm saying? He didn't even know. Okay, and he handled it well. He said, "Yeah, no, beans cornbread. I rock with that. I rock with that."
Beans and cornbread.
He was smooth on the camera.
Yeah.
He's smooth, man. But man, again, man, I thank you guys so much for having me on.
Yeah,
and I love the city of Detroit. Not only myself, my family loves the city of Detroit. Cade, Cannon, his mom, his dad, his sister, my brother, my dad, everybody, my whole family love the city of Detroit. We appreciate you guys for embracing us.
Yeah,
and we definitely always rock this right here.
Yeah.
Ahead. Going back to the fans, man. LCA next year. Hey, buffed up. I see you. Okay, buffed up.
We're gonna be buffed up, baby. You best believe.
But nah, next year, yes, sir. I see you. Next year, man. I want you guys to hear me close. I want to challenge every fan next year from the beginning, the first game, LCA. I want it turned. I want it packed. I want to go back to the old times, because next year we turn it up, and this is real, man. We in the playoffs next year.
Yeah.
So Let's get it. 6 man. So I'm challenging you guys, man. So
we got you.
Let's have a good time.
Let's do it, man.
All right. Let's go.
Love you, man. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And we definitely got to have you back on, dude. This was a blast.
Know what it is over here.
All right, man.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all be God bless.
All right, God bless. Ashton. Take care of yourself, man. Oh my gosh. Well, hey, thank you so much to Ashton, the trainer, for joining. Be sure to follow Ashton on Twitter. His Twitter is in the bottom, or is in the description down below. But guys, we got to dig into that, man. There was a lot there. First of all, I got to bring it to a couple people that didn't really get to talk as much during that. First of all, we got my guy Anthony Pistons Talk up in here. Give it up to Anthony for joining. Anthony. First of all, Anthony, we're going to be recording our first podcast together this weekend. I'm excited to do that.
Yeah, you forgot last weekend.
Was it supposed to be last weekend?
Well, check your DMs, bro.
He's a busy man.
You ghosted my ass.
Oh my God, I'm getting blasted on social
I miss Anthony
media.
and these, man.
Oh my gosh, Anthony, I'm so sorry. But anyway,
got that deal. We'll act all brand new.
First of all, I'm sorry. Second of all, oh my gosh, I got put on blast. But Anthony, what stood out to you in that interview, man? What whenever you hear Ashton talk, what comes to your mind?
Man, just like how real he is on Twitter. Like he'll say stuff, but then fans kind of bullshit him into deleting it. Like he deleted all those Casey things, which I think that's kind of don't let fans bully you. But I love him for the city, man. He's the voice that we actually need.
Yes,
personally, he's I want Miles Bridges. I wanted to ask him about that, or DeAndre Ayton, or any of that shit like that. But straight up that.
He asked me beforehand. He asked me beforehand. He was like, "Hey, we can't talk about that stuff." So
I'm glad I didn't ask him that question.
Yeah, so I tried to make sure. That's why I came in on the draft thing. I was like, "Who do you like?" Because I don't want to put him on. I don't want to put him too on blast. But
you don't want that Shams tweet. Breaking news: Cade Cunningham's been fined for $50,000 for tampering.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Anthony, I did check my DM. I am so sorry. I feel so bad. But anyway, yeah, man, just to your point, everything he says about the city and just embracing Detroit, he's just the top. And I am not the top because I completely stood Anthony up on Saturday. But anyway, we got Easy in the building. He's going to be coming on World War Heavyweights. He's coming to Detroit, so be sure to subscribe and check out World War Heavyweights. Easy, what about you, man? When you hear Ashton talk, when you hear about the future of Detroit, what sticks out to you, bro?
I think really with him, he's just a public embodiment of like the positivity that him and his whole family bring. And that's like something that obviously the Cade's surrounded by, and Cade's bringing that himself into the locker room, and eventually, maybe even so now, is like a leader of the team. And that's what you want. I'm saying, like, regardless of like, I mean, obviously you want the skill to be there too, right? But like the added bonus is the positivity that Cade brings, and like he's just a real dude. Like the family comes from. Like I'm not trying to compare him in this way to LeBron, but like I think LeBron always has had like that leadership like quality or just like
maturity.
Yes, the maturity. You know what I'm saying? Like, there it is. You know what I'm saying? And like and just the IQ, the basketball IQ along with it. And Cade brings that. I think Ashton's like a public embodiment of that. Every time he tweets, he's hyping up the fans. You know what I'm saying? Like some type of positivity. Like it's just real. And it's just dope that it's here in Detroit because it's been a while since we've been able to be proud of this basketball team.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yep.
And just hearing his energy just about everything going on and you know, just what's coming up with the city and also just like him like being at the forefront of wanting us to like, you know, really bring that back. Like I think you know, I think they to their point, they said like we've seen the love and we felt the love. I don't think they have any idea what kind of love we can bring on a night-to-night basis or what this city's capable of. Because
bro, they don't even know yet. He don't even know yet.
You know, he doesn't even know.
Wait till we start winning.
Playoff game.
I know.
Like we
talking about like 200 plus sellouts in a row.
Yeah, this was the city that sold out 200 plus games in a row, man. Like when it is at its peak, we show out and we show up. And I think we are having a reason to start showing up now. And I think with another top pick, you know, if like whoever that is, and we'll get into who we want here in just a second, don't you worry. But you know, there was a whole lot for us to see and be excited about. And, you know, it's just yeah, man, I am just the energy around the franchise. Like whenever I hear Ashton speak, man, it makes me want to run through a brick wall, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, exactly. It makes me feel like Kool-Aid, man. It feels like I want to run,
man.
Oh man,
yeah, it really is, dude.
He just sent me a message.
A brick wall for anything Detroit.
What you say?
Yeah.
He just sent me a message. He said he's also going to train Corey Joseph over the summer too.
Did he really?
No, man.
Oh no!
Say, my God.
I was like, man, that's cold-blooded, King. That is
At first, I was nervous that was going to be King's question.
Oh,
you guys all start thinking of stuff like that. I thought King was about to try to body Corey Joseph with them. I was like, oh,
no, to get me that easy.
Oh man, well, yeah, there's just so much to be excited about with this Pistons roster coming up, and right now we got March Madness going on with all these players that are showing out and showing up. We currently have our Michigan Wolverines playing Villanova. At the time of the stream, it is currently 34-31. Villanova's winning. But with that, I want to throw it to the panel. What have you guys thought of March Madness so far? And has there been any players that have stood out, that have surprised you, players that have disappointed you? By the way, I do want to throw out Jeff Iafrady and I, that beautiful man over there. He and I actually released a video earlier this week talking about those top prospects. So you should check that out. It's a good video. I'm proud of it. But
no, he doesn't share the hair with the 3-on-3 report, so I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't share that beautiful hair he's got on top of his head. He's got all he's all
it's actually a wig.
Yo, yeah,
and we do everything in the studio in the morning.
You telling me that's only for the morning Woodward show?
I just take it right off. Right. Bro. It just comes right off.
Yeah, it appears
that's why I wear a hat. That's why I wear it.
Can you imagine, bro?
How fucked up would that be? That is just messed
the whole
up.
time Jeff's is bald as hell.
I think Adam's the one that's more likely to have a hair guy.
I'm just receding.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, Jeff and I had a conversation on that, so be sure to check that out. But I want to throw out to you guys. Has your feelings changed on who you want the Pistons to go out and get? I'm not gonna lie. I have become a really big Jaden Ivey fan as the course of this tournament's gone on. And Anthony, I know you've been on him since day one.
Yeah.
You have been blasting the Jaden Ivey train for quite a while now.
Can I just get something off my chest about Jaden Ivey real quick?
You know what?
Just because he has braids doesn't mean he's John Morant.
Thank you.
Stop.
Thank you.
He's not John Morant.
It's my same thing. Like anyone that has braids is John Morant. Anyone that shoots left-handed is James Harden. Anyone that can do some form of a step back is James Harden. Nobody's James Harden. So stop.
James Harden's not even James Harden with the rule changes.
Right.
Ooh.
That's facts.
There.
Ooh.
That's all. That's all.
That's a
facts.
good take.
Mm-hmm.
It's true though.
Is Ivy your number one though, Anthony?
I think you could make a case for him at number one. Like if you're truly in love with the backcourt of Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey, then yeah, you could take him number one. But I don't know. I think Chet Holmgren's the best fit out of everybody.
I agree with that.
If you have a pick and roll with Chet Holmgren and Cade Cunningham, teams will be scared shitless. I'm telling you right now, because both of them can pass, both of them can shoot. Can you imagine pick and rolls or dribble handoffs with those guys? And you got, Frank Jackson in the corner catching a three, or you got Isaiah. Can't even say Isaiah Livers. My bad. Yeah. Isaiah Livers is coming down, cutting to the basket. I mean, like those two together would freaking.
You got to make some business decisions.
Yeah.
And then some.
Yeah. And I think Ashton put it good too, because he said I would be happy with anybody in the top five. I think that was the best way to put it at this point. Like me and Sean had an argument. Jabari Smith, I talked with Easy about it. Paulo Banchero. To be honest, like, are we mad with any of these guys? Probably not. But there's obviously preferences, and I've been high on Jabari Smith for a while. But again, like Jaden Ivey, another great player. Like a backcourt with Cade would be ideal. But to me, it's any of those four guys, like you can honestly make a case for. Like it's the reality of it.
The one guy that I like, if we do fall, like if we're like at the 6th pick, dude, I love Keegan Murray.
Oh my God, I would love him on my team.
Keegan Murray with Cade Cunningham.
God,
or even AJ Griffin, like those two. Like if you pair those with Cade, good lord.
Yeah.
And if you guys aren't familiar, just watch the tape. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Keegan's game is like my favorite. He's so good.
And that's the thing that's the thing that's so great for the Pistons in this upcoming draft class is that like last year it was really like, come on, please God, please get us number one, because we just needed talent. But now that we have that franchise guy, now that we have that star that we can build around, really wherever we land is gravy. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Like, who cares?
I'll take a Keegan Murray. It's okay.
You know what matters too? You know what matters too? Who's selecting those picks? All right, this ain't Stan Van Gundy, my man. This is Troy motherfucking Weaver. Like
Troy mother.
It's different.
Weaver boy.
Yeah. I mean, his player evaluation is just different. Like that's why I'm good with it, man. I trust him. I'm happy for it.
Damn, that's another stretch for it. Yeah. I'm watching.
I smile about Sadiq Bey all the time. The fact that we got him.
Right.
Oh, preach.
I'm gonna keep saying it. 3 first-round picks with no assets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep saying it, man. I'm gonna keep saying I don't understand it. That's a different cat, man.
No one misses Luke Kennard.
Hey, can we talk about?
No.
Oh, can we talk about the nugget that he threw in there? That little swipe thing that we moved on from really quickly. Ashton's working with Beef Stew this summer.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be fun. Like I'm not expecting Beef Stew to come out of that being like this like Cade Cunningham ball handler, like shooting all the threes. But like, I mean, it says something that Ashton is as into this franchise and like as involved in like wanting to help other guys on the team. Like he's like, it's about Detroit now. Like that stuck out to me of just saying that whoever he's working with upcoming, it's about Detroit. So the fact that he's all in on this franchise and just on wanting to help grow that team, like that just gets me excited, man. I'm just can't help but be excited.
100%. Absolutely, man. And King, I mean, Deuce, I know you've you and Ashton are tight, man. Any other things you want to share?
I mean, I'm just looking forward to this. He's a real dude, bro. Like this, it's not just for social media. Like this is really who he is. Him and Cannon. Cannon is a class act, man. I mean, that guy, he just shows all kind of love. He's genuine inside and out. What you see is what you get, and that's what I really appreciate about them as a family. That's how their family is. The whole family is that way. I've gotten to know them not too deep, too in depth, but enough to understand and see that what you see is really what you get. And I'm looking forward to seeing just what they bring to the table going forward off the court. I think that's really going to be what's impactful going forward. I think Kool-Aid, you mentioned it earlier, the things they're doing behind the scenes is not just off for pub. they really want to make a difference in the city, and that's what means more than anything to me. So that's what I'm looking for this team going forward.
Yeah, I've had some conversations with Cannon as well. I'm hoping we can get him on the 313 report as well. He said he wanted to watch Ashton in the hot seat first, but I mean, hey, Cannon, just a message to you, man. We are more than welcome here, and we're not here to roast you. We're just here to have a good time. But
hey, it's family, man. It's Detroit.
Yeah, it's family, man, and that's the thing. And I mean, we have a great slew of creators. We have a great slew of things coming up, man. Now when looking ahead and going forward, obviously beyond the draft, what's the type of player that you guys want to see the Pistons add, like as far as a veteran going forward? I think you look at like a Patrick Beverly right now for the Timberwolves has really made a big difference out in Minnesota, helping build culture, having a guy that will tell Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards where they need to get better. We have veterans in Detroit right now, but obviously we need to start getting veterans that can help us win basketball games. So my question to you guys, is there any guys that you have on your radar, any fever dreams that you want to see the Pistons chase? What do you guys have in mind?
Getting close to the camera to say, when Corey Joseph is a free agent, we can go and get him again.
Man, you about to get King of Heart Attack over there, man.
I just saw King swing his camera.
I will be at the airport to personally escort him on the plane out of here.
I'm mad you kept that so polite.
Good.
Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah. That's who I want out of this year. I mean, obviously, Ayton is up there. But it feels like more of a pipe dream. And be honest with you, though, from what I want, what Ayton I feel like brings out of a big, I think Mitchell Robinson could do maybe at a discount versus what Ayton would be. So Mitchell Robinson for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, just to have a 7-footer on this team that can block shots, please.
I'll
take Mitchell Robinson, man. If he could do the job, my God, I love it. That's a great one. Cheaper deal too, way more affordable.
He's been talking about Mitchell Robinson for a minute too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and he brings what Marvin Bagley brought as well, which is just having another rim threat, a guy you can lob it up to above the rim. That's just that's what this team needs more of, and even just Bagley's his ability to do that has just added a whole different dynamic to this roster. We've been almost an entirely different team since he's been on the court than we were before he got here. So
and I wanted to ask Lexi too, if the Pistons did fall to that 6-7 range, I know Michigan content, Michigan games you consume. All of it, all the sports. All right, I know you got a chance to really, really see Keegan Murray. If the Pistons fell there and we took him, what type of player are we getting?
I mean, he's just a hard worker. He reminds me, honestly, a lot of, to be honest, Cade. Just because of his maturity level when he's playing the game, his decisions he makes, making the right decisions in these crunch times, and just his shot alone. I just think that he's a mature player, and I think he would be great with Cade. Just a lot of talent there, and a good kid, good, humble and everything. So I think he'd be a great fit, to be honest.
Yeah, it seems like he fits that mold of players that Troy Weaver's been drafting.
Just hard work, gritty, doesn't complain, just works hard and does his job and wants to be there. And that's all you can really ask for.
Right.
First pick, especially.
That's what's up. How Michigan treating you over there?
Oh no, it's 34-40. I'm sick.
I'm about to hit that big three.
Make a bunny. We keep turning over the ball. It's the same story.
We're down. Gonzaga's down.
I'm on borrowed time though, so
Gonzaga's down.
Blue, I'm happy.
Arkansas? Yo, shout out.
52-46 Arkansas.
52-46 Arkansas. Yeah.
Wait, what is it?
Man.
52-46. Also, it's now 43-34 Villanova.
That's why I keep turning. I got monitors everywhere.
That's why I keep looking down. That's what I've been watching the Michigan.
This has been a great tournament, though. I'm loving all the upsets. I'm loving all the upsets. I'm loving all the, the 11 seeds and the 12 or the 15.
I'm loving all the talent.
Oh,
the bracket busters.
Talent.
It's a lot of talent, man.
There's a lot of talent. This next draft, these next couple drafts are going to be really good. Honestly, really good.
Yeah.
But,
oh my goodness.
Growing up, that kid from Arizona. Benedict.
Yeah, 6'6", man. He big guard.
Yes.
Big guard.
Aggressive too. He's got that dog.
You
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Hey, can I ask you too, Anthony? I know this is one thing you probably know more than anybody right now. With Shaden Sharp, is he not coming out this year? What's going on with him?
No, he's going to be coming out.
Okay, well then I
Okay.
know who
Yeah.
the hell I'm looking at. If you're top 10 round,
Yeah,
God.
if you're looking at like that's probably the best shooting guard in the draft, and he hasn't played a single college minute. Like if you look at his high school tape, and I know like looking at high school tape is really cringy because they're doing like 360 dunks and they're just like skirting around, but like man, like he's got the frame, he's got the body, like kind of see a little bit of Bradley Beal in there. Like and I know that like when you say Bradley Beal, like I kind of made the same comparisons with Jalen Green last year, like Zach LaVine, Bradley Beal, but I mean like he's got the body, he's got the frame for it. I mean, like,
well, it's not an insult. That's a talented player.
Yeah,
it's just when people hear people hear that, it's like, oh well, if Bradley Beal's the number one in your organization, then he can't be the best player on a championship team. That doesn't mean he's a bad player.
No, he's not a bad player. I think he's going to be the biggest mystery though, because so many teams don't really have a lot of film on him, and I could honestly see him falling in the draft because NBA teams don't want to be responsible for drafting a guy that they haven't seen any film on,
Yeah.
So like, if he does fall, he'll probably be the steal of the draft.
But what if let me drop a scenario with you, all right? What if you trade Jeremy? All right, you acquire that Portland pick.
Okay.
All right, and you're kind of floating around that range, and Shaden Sharp's there. My God, depending on if you get a big, top 2, top 3, and then you go, oh my.
Okay, so
that's a pipe dream, but. My God.
Okay, let's play that scenario. Where do the Pistons fall in the draft? Like with their pick. Let's say we trade Jeremy to Portland. Let's just play devil's advocate. Let's say we got the second pick or something like that again. We pick, I don't know, maybe we pick Jabari or Chet. If Portland's got like that 7th pick and you need like another shooting guard because you really don't have a shooting guard of the future.
Right.
Like
it's a kid out of Arizona.
Like if you want to play safe, yeah, you would do that. But if you just want to risk it and you can see the potential there, go for it. Like swing for the fences. Like, I would do that all day.
No, here's a question for everybody.
Weaver, man, he gonna know so much on these guys. That's why I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's what I was about to ask. How many of you all think that we're coming away with at least 2 first-round picks, so that it's a good possibility?
Oh, for sure we are.
Oh
yeah. It's looking like that.
I see people asking about Grant in the comments, man. So
I mean, the whole Blazer thing that went down the other day, where like Shams dropped the report, and then you go and look, Josh Hart and Nurkic like the tweet itself, and they're they're at the game, like
they posted the photo too and everything. Man. What the hell?
All the time.
Hey, dog, I can't wait to hear next year, fam.
They're doing the LeBron.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that though?
Let's do it, Anthony. I want you to start on this.
We'll go. Repeat. What up, man?
Shams Karina knew about this for probably months, right?
Who?
He drops it when the Pistons play the Blazers. Coincidence or not?
No, it's not.
Like, think about that for a second.
It's not.
And he probably had that news for like a week.
That picture makes me sick too.
I know, like Nurkic didn't throw Jeremy Grant's phone in the,
right.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting approached by a homeless guy right here. Even though I know that's
you come to Portland, my friend.
Yeah, you come to Portland. You come play with us.
Hey, I know I answered Mitchell Robinson, but like Anthony and Jeff, like who's the vet that you guys want in free agency?
Well, veteran, it's interesting. There's a lot of guys going to be available. I know the top free agents in this year's class restricted, or I think I saw Gary Harris. I was like, oh, yeah, nice. Okay. And you got Zach LaVine. He's probably going back to Chicago.
Oh, yeah. He's
in terms of a veteran, that's tough. I like Mitchell Robinson. I mean, when I look at fit, my number one going in, it depends what you do in the draft. I think that's going to be big because it really does it because you'll know what you need to address. But I don't know, like Sean said, it really doesn't matter. It could be as simple as signing like a guy like Patrick Beverley just helps change that mentality. Like for the Minnesota Timberwolves now, I don't think we need that in Detroit, but some similar player that can come in and just be like, all right. Because if we trade Jeremy, Kelly Olynyk's your veteran. Like, we got Roddy Magruder back there. And then Corey Joseph will probably be gone. But, I mean, you need more veterans that can play and contribute. So we'll see what they do. I think Troy Weaver will be good either way. We'll find somebody.
Yeah, 100%.
He was trying to hold that smile in.
Well, thinking about Corey, Corey will be gone. I ain't worried about him, but
yeah, he'll be gone.
Magruder, like I said, Magruder is what Magruder is, but Kelly Olynyk on defense just makes me cry.
Gives it that Gonzaga.
I know how I used to be with Plumlee, man, but Kelly is like,
he's different type of defense, man. You're watching with him. It's just, and then he'll dribble down the court and pull up like a guard. And you're like, okay, you know what,
have
Kelly?
a wide open three, go forward, then step back like Steph Curry and try to shoot a three. It drives me nuts.
At least he grabbed the rebound, right? the defensive rebound push, shoot. It's like, man, that's what's about to get us Chet Holmgren.
Yeah, that's what's about to get it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And speaking of, I mean, the final course of the season, you got to think we're going to be seeing some guys deeper on the bench or from the Motor City Cruise come up and probably play some significant minutes. Is there any players that you're excited to see kind of going down the stretch? I mean, one, obviously Isaiah Livers has been given quite an opportunity in Detroit, and he's been playing really well. But are there other young guys that you guys look to and say, like, I want to see these guys get more minutes going down the stretch?
Give me more Pickett.
More Pickett.
Yeah, Pickett. There was
Give me
one
more
guy
Pickett.
one guy that Anthony mentioned that I'm kind of bummed out about we're not going to see now is
Chris Smith.
Yeah.
He's out for the year. I was really looking forward to seeing him because Anthony was really talking about he's been paying attention to him, just talking about how good of a player, prospect he is. So I was a little bummed out, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what he brings to the table when he gets back.
Kind of interested about that new guy we just signed, Braxton Key.
Yeah.
That was just out of the blue because we had an open roster spot for like a month and then we don't use it. So I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see Cade, man. I know there's not much to see in terms of development, but I'm trying to see what he's going to do to go win this Rookie of the Year to solidify it. You know what I mean? That's the games we've seen as of late. I don't know if you guys saw that stat. I know, Jeff, you guys talked about it earlier. His numbers since All-Star break, man, they're All-Star level. They're not just like good player, good rookie. They're All-Star level. And if he keeps this up until the end of the season, that's what I'm trying to watch. I don't know who's on with him.
He's towards the top in efficiency in the mid-range. He's, he was leading the league in clutch points for a number of times. Like, yeah, man. Like
people that since last year.
Yeah, he really does give me a lot of DeMar DeRozan vibes as far as when he plays in that mid-range. But I think unlike DeRozan, I think Cade's more willing to expand his game beyond the arc. For me, if I'm looking for like any improvements from Cade, I think it's just got to be that efficiency and that consistency from beyond the three. I mean, there's a lot of things, right? Like he's a young player still. He's really talented. But I mean, one obvious thing that he can get better at is his shooting beyond the arc. So
shooting, yep. And turnovers.
Definitely turnovers.
Turnovers for sure.
But real quick on the turnovers, like this is what pisses me off. Like I've been talking about Cade Cunningham as Rookie of the Year. Like and people always try to come back at me with number one, like they try to compare Evan Mobley because I get the record, which that's bullshit. All right, get the record out of here. I'm looking at who's the best player on the court. My two eyeballs say Cade Cunningham. So
everybody's two eyeballs would better say Cade Cunningham.
There you go, exactly. And since the All-Star break, you said it, man. Like even the last 10, 20 games, that's All-Star numbers. What is it, 22, 7, and 7? Like, are you joking me? Like that's not even a competition at this point. But when they look at the whole winning thing, and it just disappoints me. Like that's why the turnovers. Do people not understand how much of a responsibility offensively and defensively this kid has? Like on a team that looks at him to lead, like Evan Mobley. Are you joking me? He goes on the court. He doesn't have to lead. He's got all-stars playing next to him. That's the whole point of that. Like he's getting nurtured. Cade's like, all right, Cade, here's the ball. Let's create something. Let's get like Sadiq.
Go play with Corey Joseph.
There you go.
He's been doing that since December too. Like this hasn't been like this. Literally was just like, all right, hey, Cade. So you have the keys now. Go do it. It's like,
and then you got to look at it from this standpoint too. Majority of the season without a true big down there. You know what I'm saying, to help. And ever since Bagley's been here, it's been beautiful. Not only for him, for Killian too. Killian's been able to get to the rim since Bagley's been here. Right. So like I said, it helps.
Bro, I don't think people understand how important having an actual pick and roll big is. Playing the pick and roll game doesn't mean you're going to get the success that having a Marvin Bagley or even an Andre Drummond.
Right.
Think about the space that we see them having now. Getting to the right. That's something we've been talking about now the last 4 streams is, hey, we've noticed them getting to the rack a lot easier. We've seen them playing a lot tougher. And really, it's because they got a lot more space. Man, that's so key. That
they
Marvin
killed
Bagley
Atlanta in the paint.
it changes things. And there's other players too. Isaiah Stewart has gotten a lot more physical and aggressive in the paint.
Yes.
And with the pick and rolls, I see them just setting harder screens.
Yes.
These guys are playing, they're playing hard, they're playing tough. And realistically, it's like we said before, man. At the end of these games, we see Coach Casey push the button and it's time to get that draft pick. You know, it's not like this is a bad
Who does he call?
team.
Who does he call, Kool-Aid?
Your boy.
He calls. he calls Buffalo Wild Wings. And
I'll let Anthony. I'll let Sean do it in the.
Oh, you want me to? You want me to?
Throw the reverb on. Throw the reverb.
Oh, you want me to? Hey, what's poppin'?
Wait, what?
Whoa, what?
Is that what you wanted?
No,
What
what
are you
was
looking
that?
for?
Hey there,
That
this is
Kojak.
Troy Weaver. So we're calling and wondering, you want to come play in Detroit, boy? Like,
Is that what you're looking for? Or you want me to? Or you want me to get the? Want me to get the announcement out like Killian Hayes? You're not going anywhere. Leave the United States.
Dude, I swear there's one game they were up like 10, 15 points, and Casey just looked to the bench. I was like, dog, they're about to lose this game.
Corey.
I don't know if they did.
Hey, Corey.
You start calling it at this point, bro. You
All
literally start calling
falling
it.
between people's legs, always doing this to the ref.
Hey, Corey, dribble for 18 seconds and then pass it.
Yeah.
Hey, I swear Corey's
Hey,
working.
that's an
You're
offense
right,
right
get in the
there.
shot
Dog,
clock real
run
quick.
it.
Yeah, the one thing I want to say about the turnovers too is you even look at like elite talent like LeBron James and Chris Paul, like guys who are like handling the ball, you're gonna have turnovers. You know what I'm
Luka
saying?
Doncic.
Yeah.
Luka's leading the league.
Mhm.
Yes. Like it's part of it when you're the main ball handler for your team. Like, yeah, you're gonna be the one with the most turnovers. It is what it is. It's the ugly
Right.
part of it. But like when I look at turnovers and I realize that's the guy who's handling the ball and getting guys their shots, like that's just part of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't really frown upon it unless it's obviously up there, you know.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Well, guys, as we're starting to wrap up this stream, because there is a whole lot of March Madness basketball to watch. I know Lexi's sitting there. She's like on the edge of her seat, like looking up over the camera, just like, come on,
sorry.
come alive. But
Hey,
with
look at
that,
it, a little bit of a one.
I'll
Yeah,
be pacing the living room once I'm off here. So
oh my gosh. So I do just want to thank everyone for hopping in. Thank you all so much for
thanks for
joining.
joining
And
us.
be sure to follow my guy King on his YouTube channel, Everything King. Be sure to follow Lexi on Twitter as well. I got her Twitter down in the comment in the description. We got my guys Downtown Deuce and Easy. People got to follow you on Woodward Heavyweights, man. People got to subscribe, man. Good
Please
podcast.
do.
thank you for that interview.
Yes,
So I
sir.
get the most cool chairs.
Yes. Hey, the chairs are lit. I'm not gonna lie. They're pretty damn comfortable.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
they-
said it's pretty comfy. I
Dude,
get
they
that.
look pretty. They look awesome, man.
Mhm.
I'm ready for when I come down there and sit with you guys in the Better 8 Mortgage
Well,
Studios.
you don't get a chair, Sean. You get a table. We
Oh,
discussed
okay. That's right. That's
Whoa.
right. That's right.
it.
I'm
You
getting
brought
thrown-
this on yourself.
I
RKO.
did. You're not wrong.
Damn.
But be sure to follow Downtown Deuce on Instagram. His Twitter's down there as well. Jeff Iafrady. You'll be able to see him each and every week on this channel as well. Kool-Aid, my guy, he's always here. And we got Pistons Talk. Be sure to follow Anthony on Twitter as well. I'm going to put it down in the description too. Anthony, thank you so much for hopping on. And let's set a new date on a podcast. And I actually do it this time and not.
You promise to show up?
I do. I am so sorry. I feel terrible, man. Oh my gosh. I literally just like went in the Slack. I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad.
But bro, it's all good. I needed a day off anyways.
Well, hey, that works out well. That works out well. But hey, seriously, I do want to thank everyone so much for joining. This is the coolest podcast I've ever gotten to do. And believe me, we are going to be trying to do more in the future. I texted Ashton and he said that was lit. So he had a lot of fun. So believe me, man, we are going to be having more guests in the future. But be sure to follow everyone here on social media. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to follow Woodward Pistons on Twitter. Thank you to everyone who joined here. Woodward Pistons is coming. And with that, man, I want to thank you all so much. And we will catch you next time from Half Court. Be sure to subscribe, mother.
Yes, sir.
Got it.